Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel and part 3 of this Serval kitten that we are working on in pastel pencils and Panpastels. Again, the reference photo comes from wildlifereferencephotos.com. You can purchase it over there. There's a link in the description box down below. And let's see, anything else? I've listed the pencils that I'm using in the description box down below, but I really want to stress to you that if you don't need the exact same pencils that I'm using to get a beautiful results. You might get an even better results if you choose your own pencils, or if you don't have certain pencils. Like I've used a lot of the Derwent brand pencils, but if you don't have those, then just pick a pencil in the color that is in a brand that you have that is similar. And when you look at the reference photo and you look at what I've used and the pencils that you have, you're probably going to be just fine to choose your own, to pick one that will work instead of the one that I'm using. Have the confidence to do that. I know you can do it. So yes, that's just pretty much all I wanted to say about that. So let's see, what else? I did use, I don't think I'd mentioned this before, but I did use the DaVinci Eye app to put the rough sketch down on my pastel mat. And is there anything else that I need to say? I don't think so. I think we're ready to go. This is just the orange extra dark and the raw umber. Yes, orange extra dark and raw umber. And I have to keep remembering to stay away from the left side of the screen, because that's where the little reference photo thumbnail will go. Okay, so we had... I'm going to move my paper because I keep rubbing on it. Let's see, let's try that. That's better. Okay, so this combination is quite green because of the raw umber, I think. But we'll fix that by adding some pencil on top. Okay, this is kind of the edge of the face itself. And then we start working into the ear. I feel like I'm working in shadow, or creating too much shadow there with the way the light was. That's a little bit better. Okay, all right, that's kind of the beginning of the... Let's go ahead and add this. This is the Burnt Sienna shade. Okay. Debating on if I should just keep going with base colors up there to the ear. I think I need pastel pencils for that though, because I don't think I have what I need in the pan pastels. So that color to me looks a little like a gray lavender color, which I don't really have, but we can make it. That's not a problem. Maybe a mixture of Roe Deer Brown, which is a Gioconda color. Kind of a pinky, it's kind of a pinky brown. Violet Oxide, that's a Derwent color. I seem to be into the Derwents for this one for some reason. Although, no, I think it needs to be more purple than the Caput Mortem. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'll try this a little bit and some gray. Maybe we'll use Panpastels for the gray, although, yeah, let me just grab those. I can only have so many supplies quite, you know, right around me without things looking being way too cluttered for me. Okay, so I'm gonna add some, I think it's just neutral gray. Yep, neutral gray. Some of this Violet Oxide Derwent. And some of this Gioconda Roe Deer Brown. Then I will blend that all together. See what we get here. It probably should have definitely come down lower. Should have done the whole, really should have done the whole inside of the ear. It's still a little bit gray right here, so let's do some more. And maybe some pinky, something pink, like a light, like a dark flesh, maybe. Dark flesh, 40%. Let's see what that looks like. That's not very pinky. Let's try 5%. It's a little bit better. This is probably actually closer to gray. Put that on there. And I want to get all this just right, because next, really, all that's going to happen next is the white hairs. So, all right, so now I want like French gray. Oh, where are all my, I had these out. All right, so just pick something. It can be pretty light. I don't want it to necessarily be too dark. This is, let's see if this is the right thing. That's not bad. This is Gioconda Light Gray, 112. Gioconda, yeah, I don't know. I've got it covered. It's a light gray Gioconda. Any color, any light gray. Trust me. Any light gray. Okay, so I'm just going to mix that all together. And I do want to put that edge in before I start doing the white, but this feels good for the inside of the ear. And actually, I'm thinking now that I'm at it, I should probably do the inside of the other ear, or I will forget what colors I used. That would be bad. So, a little of the neutral gray. More neutral gray up at the top. I don't want to cover up my lines too much. I want to make sure I remember what goes where here. So, boy, I did a terrible job of, I think this little squirmy thing is the ear, and I think this is where the black goes. And then there should be another little thing there. Don't forget to add that. And then black again here. I hope that's right. Okay, so if that's the case, maybe I should blend that in. Get that kind of pressed into the pastel mat so it's not sitting on top. Okay. All right, so back to what we were doing. I used this, I used this, I used this. So I think in here, actually, let's see what that is. It's very similar to the color underneath, so you probably can't see it real well. Thinking about finding something even pinker, maybe that beige red. Yeah, okay, so this is Pitt Beige Red. I'll just to give it a little bit more. All right, well, let's just keep going. Okay, so you're gonna need this is I really just need to put all of this probably in here. Really. Let's just lay some color in here. Roe Deer Brown. It's a really, I use this color a lot. It's a really nice, soft, pinky brown color. Okay, then we have like, it's almost like a Caput Mortem kind of color. This little bit right here. This is the Pitt Beige Red. Maybe some Sienna. Bistre, I guess, will work. Yeah, it won't be as quite as red. No, I think I do want it redder. So a little bit of burnt sienna. Might as well just get this all in here as best I can. Let's do dark flesh, which is really almost the color of the pastel mat, but it fills the tooth and gets it ready for the other colors. So that's okay. Is this ready? We need some darker. It's probably too red. Let's see, maybe we switch to let's try this. This is, I'm looking for my little blending sponge here somewhere. Oh, Coop. It feels like he always knows right when I'm filming and decides that's when he's going to start barking at things outside. Oh, I can hear the sounds out there. It might be the garbage or something. I don't know. All right, well, I want to get these. Let's get this in here. Since this is kind of the direction that I took, so that's fine. We'll just get all this in here. Probably this. This is the Burnt Sienna Extra Dark. Cooper. So that was that little pink bit. Oh, don't forget to put in, let me get this in here. I think I'll use black, even though we're going to go over it with something else. We have a little, I have this little ear thingy. Well, I might as well just use the Caput Mortem that I have pulled out. Use that. We can always lighten it later. Okay. I still have to get some color right in here, something. It's just, I don't know what to put down here. I guess this. I guess the same thing that I've got here. This is the Burnt Sienna, extra dark. This is actually for all of this hair back here. It gets lighter. I don't want to go too dark there. This is actually Burnt Sienna shade. Okay, and then let's just all right, let me blend all of this. And I think instead of blowing it off, I will just kind of work that in. All right, this actually, I think, even needs to be darker. So I will use neutral gray, extra dark, right at the top. And maybe a little bit right here. There's a lot of work to do around in here, but I'm not ready to do that yet, so I'm gonna just keep going. Okay, let's do up here. So I think the base is okay over here for now. So, I want to add a little bit more red tones in here. So this is the Carbothello Burnt Sienna. Come up here. And we get darker, like what? Darker, like, that is really dark. That's almost like sepia. But, well, let's try it. No, it looks, that sepia looks almost too gray. I want it to be like a really rich dark brown. So let's try Carbothello Bistre. That's not bad. And then we need like, it's funny how different the colors, they're named the same, but they're very different. So Pitt Bistre is much lighter. And I need a light color, like a light, This is the Caran dAche Flesh. Curious. Well, it's not bad. It's interesting how different the pencils behave on the pastel mat as far as like the way that they're, the softness of them. You get a different look depending on which pencil you use. The Caran dAche pencils always feel like they're very grainy. But they have some colors that I can't get elsewhere. So they're not my most favorite brand of pastel pencil, that's for sure. Ooh. Don't use a dirty sponge when you're trying to blend light colors. That's not good. Okay, let's do our let me put some Bistre in here, this darker. That's probably not the right color. Let's try something else. Raw Umber. Derwent Raw Umber. That's better. Oh, he's going to start barking again any minute now. I can just tell. I just know it. Because I can hear them outside making noise. So I apologize for my barking dog. This is the Bistre Carbothello. Okay. Let's go with Derwent Saffron. And I might even do this and then soften it all out and then do it again. Yep, I think that's what's going to happen. Okay, so then we blend that all out. And then we do it again. Maybe we use light flesh this time. We need a little bit more, like a orange, yellowy color. But just a little bit, like a glaze of a yellowy color. This is Pitt Brown Ochre, and it's a little bit harder than I would prefer, but I think it's okay. That looks better. Okay, so back to, all right. So we've got this area here that's darker. And then the hairs that come off of this ear come up over it. So I want to get this color in here. This is the Bistre Carbothello. I might blend that out with some more of this Burnt Sienna. Is that dark enough? I think so. Okay, and then let's do a few more of these. This is the Saffron. This is one of my favorite colors for doing hair. I use it a lot. Okay, and then we have a little bit lighter. I'm looking for my, there it is, right there. So this isn't really white right here, but it is lighter. So I'm hoping that, again, when I blend it, you know, away, soften it, it will blend into the colors underneath. That did it, I think. This is a little bit fluffy. Gonna give this a quick little sharpen here with my sandpaper. I think I need a few darker. I still think this needs to be brighter, so give me a second while I Naples Ochre. This is going to be really yellow, I think, but it might be what I need. So again, this is kind of like glazing this color. It's just really lightly going over the whole thing. And I feel like that just brightened that up. I like it. I like it very much. I'm wanting to try and play with having, what am I trying to say? I want to, again, really concentrate when I'm doing pieces on using lots of colors and doing them in such a way that you don't really look at it and go, oh, there's yellow on that, or oh, there's, you know, purple in that black fur, or, you know, whatever. But when I've been playing with acrylics and been playing with using glazes, I really like the look of glazing other colors on top of, you know, sheer colors on top of other colors. And it just builds up such a beautiful, rich color with lots of variation, and I really like that. So I'm trying to, you know, do that and get better at that and remember to do stuff like that. I'm still so young in my artistic journey. And it feels like there's just so much to learn. And I have so many pictures that I want to do, and not, you know, you can only do so many at a time. I have them all in a file on my iPad. So when I'm ready, I can just go and say, okay, let's work on this one next. And I probably, I'm in the studio every single day doing something. And I'm very, I'm well aware that I'm very lucky to be able to do that. And I think that that really helps to allow me to improve more quickly because I'm practicing a lot, which is really nice. And I definitely don't always film because sometimes I just want to sit down, you know, early in the morning or late at night or, you know, whenever it might be, and just work on something without filming, which is kind of nice. Okay, so this is going to be the start of our hair. All right, I think I'm almost ready. I'm almost ready to do the hair. This comes in here. I want to get this reddish. This is Burnt Sienna. Get that in there. And just a little bit of this Bistre. Okay, I think I'm ready. Let me, yeah, I think I'm ready. So I think I'm going to start with gray white. And we'll put that down and then we'll put the white over the top. I'm hoping that there's enough color difference that it's going to color difference between the two that it will make a difference. So I'm going to use, because it's a soft pencil, I don't have to press hard. I want these hairs to be thin. So I'm using light pressure and I'm holding the pencil back quite far so that I actually have a little bit less control. And what that helps happen is it helps to make the hairs a little bit more random and organic so that you're not doing perfectly aligned hairs. And I'm twisting as I go. And we're going to do a lot of these. And we're going to try the white over the top. I don't know if it's going to make any difference or not. I do know that this here is quite solid. We've got some dark hairs at the top there that I have to get in. All right, let's switch to the white and see. I mean, it should be subtle. It shouldn't be real super, but I think it's good. It's just enough of a difference, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's just enough of a difference to make some of the hairs look like they're just a little bit more forward than others. Okay, I want this to be darker. It's too bright. It needs some like light. Oh, I wonder if that pale. Okay, I'm gonna try something before I try a gray. So this is Derwent Pale Olive. It's another color I really, really like. It may not be dark enough though, but I wanted to try it first. No, it's not going to be dark enough, and that's okay. So let's go to, what do I want? I want a real, I'm afraid French gray light in the Derwent is going to be too dark. How about warm gray 3 in Carbothello? Let's try that. That's good. So all of my pencils, my color pencils, I organize by brand and then color. But my pastel pencils are all together and they're all organized by color. So it's actually more important to me in the pastels for the color than it is for the brand. So that works pretty well for me. I don't know if that's even quite dark enough, to be honest. I'm actually putting some of this in here between the hairs. Might want to go just a little bit darker. So warm gray 4. Is there a warm gray 4 in Carbothello? Warm gray 4. Yeah, there is. Okay. There we go. All right, let's try that. There we go. That's better. That's better. Okay. Just a little bit of blending. All right. Do I feel good about this? Kind of. I think I want to try and make things a little fluffier looking though. So do I want to use this? right, I feel pretty good about that. I almost think this needs to be darker. Sometimes it helps if I, when I sit back, if I just kind of sit back and let my eyes kind of go out of focus and compare colors and tone to the reference photo, it lets me see better where I need to add some more darks. Okay, I like that. Now we need some hairs coming up here. I don't know how well I can get them to show, but we'll give it a shot. This is the light flesh. I think I'm just going to give it a little bit of a sharpen because it's going to be the kind of highlight. I don't want those lines to be really, really thin. I think that's good. Okay, for now I'm okay with that. We will move on. Sometimes I need to sit with something for a little while, step away, and then come back and look at it again. So let's... I'm going to put the light in and then maybe glaze over it this time and see how that works. So this, so that these, I might be able to use just a little bit of this. All right, let's try that. All right, I need to get some of the, not beige red, we used cinnamon. So this is a Pitt, Pitt color. Most of the pastel pencil brands, for whatever reason, do not name their pencils, which is extremely frustrating for me because I cannot wrap my brain around, I can't remember numbers. Numbers mean nothing to me. Like, even like for math, like ick, I hate math. And so for me to just go, oh yeah, I want number 189 of Pitt. Yeah, forget it. What is 189 in Pitt? I have no idea. But but I know that I want cinnamon in Pitt. And so I got online and I looked up the color charts for all of the different brands of pastel pencils. And oddly enough, even though they don't put them on the pencils, they do put the colors on the color charts. So unfortunately, I guess for you, if you don't do that, you know, when I say cinnamon in Pitt, you you might have a hard time knowing what I'm talking about unless you have labeled them yourself or have a color chart in front of you. So I am sorry about that, but I don't know any other way to do it because I'm not a numbers. My brain just does not think in numbers at all. It just doesn't. So, yeah, I put the name, and my number, according to how it goes into my thing on all of my pencils. So, yeah, you can just go online and get color charts pretty easily for all of the colors, all of the pastel pencils. All right, I need to fill this in. This probably goes on top, but I'm not gonna. Let's see, so let's use something warmer. I'm going to use the Burnt Sienna Extra Dark. It's probably too dark. Didn't I go through this before? Going, this is too dark. No, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Okay. Now I'm thinking I should do the ear. I really should do the ear first because this hair overlaps the ear. So my great goal of getting the cheek finished may not happen. It may not happen in this one. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, probably should work on the ear. Okay. So I'm debating on whether I should do with the white fluffy fur first, because again, all of this hair then lays on top. Maybe I'll do the outside edge first and then the white fluffy hair. I always kind of try and do the stuff that's furthest back first and work my way to the top of the animal, to the most top layer, because that's kind of how the fur grows. All right, so this is the saffron. And I'll just start here. something looks weird. I did something not right because I've got this here and I've got a lot of, something's not right. Okay, so if this is the, and this is all of this little fluffy stuff. And then this is the little bit of dark stuff, and it comes up and it hits this. That's right. And we've got some light hair here. Oh, I guess it's all right. I guess it just, you know what it is? It's this spot right here. So I think what I need to do, because I'm looking at the shape of the two things, and my shape is definitely off. So we're going to come out here. And we're going to come up, and if it's a little bit bigger than the reference, I'm not going to worry about it too much. All right. It's better though than it was. So next we have this area. Probably not dark enough. Let's give that a little bit of burnt sienna. And it is kind of mixed with this beige red or cinnamon, anything kind of pinky and lighter. I'm really kind of more blocking out to make sure that I have everything in the right place. I'm not really trying to do super detail stuff yet. This is the edge of the ear. So this is lighter. And pink, that's a little bit more pink. Beige red, no, it's kind of a purpley pink. Let's see, what do I want? I don't know. All right, well, we'll figure it out. Let's see. We've got a little bit of purple here, and we've got a little bit of beige red, maybe. Not cinnamon, beige red. Okay. So this right here, if that's a little bit purple, but also a little bit pink. That's pretty good. Okay, so that's the edge of the ear. Actually, there's no white line there either, so. That's all right. It's good enough. Good enough for now. Okay. This dark hole part is kind of hard. Okay, so we need, if this is where it belongs, if that is where it belongs, then there's a little bit of black right here. And then there's this. This is not the right color, but I'm just kind of lightening it so that I know that I can see it. This is part of the ear. Oy. This is, hopefully we'll cover up a lot of this with hair and then it won't be a problem, because right now it just, to me, it just is so, looks so weird. Okay, and then that black comes up in here. And then the white hair goes on top. So let's... Okay. I think I'm ready to start with the white. Although the white, that this white hair does come on top of these hairs, which are not white. They're definitely a creamier color. But I think they're brighter than saffron. So I think I'm going to use the saffron and then go over the top with something lighter. So, find it. It's here somewhere. Okay, so if this ear hair, if this pink ear and even Caput Mortem. So many colors out. I can't find stuff. There it is. Okay. Even a little bit of this Caput Mortem. No, probably should have used Caput Mortem Red. I'm just going to grab a red. This is Indian red. We'll just glaze some of that on there a little bit. Any red, anything you have will work. Okay, so that would be, let's do these. Actually, I want that to be darker now because it's definitely darker. This is the Caput Mortem Red. That's actually probably what I want more than the... maybe not. Maybe the violet was good. Maybe a combination of both. Again, the beauty of pastels. They can all just blend together, make new colors. Is it dark enough? Don't I have a Caput Mortem Violet Dark? Which I do somewhere here. Caput Mortem Light Violet Dark Caput Mortem. Yes, 79. my number. There it is right there. This is a Gioconda color, and it is Caput Mortem Dark. So maybe just a little bit darker than... Okay, so here we go. Let's do... Let's do some of these. Probably should be darker down in there before I get to... Let's put a little bit of dark in between here. Just a little bit. Okay, keep going. All right, now this is going to come up. This is right. There's a few that are down here, and this has to be very defined, so let me fix that. This, because that's the edge of the ear right there, and that does come, oof, okay, I am so not doing this right. All right, hang on. Let me get my shit together, because I thought that this covered this, but it comes all the way up. Well, this is going to be changed somehow, and the bright bit of hair is actually right here. Now see, there's a perfect example of what not to do. Putting my light pencil going over the black, it picked up some of that black and it deposited it back into my, you know, my hair. Right here, and so now I have black lines in my hair. So try real hard to clean your pencil if you're going up into dark colors. I'm not happy with what's going on here. I feel like I've made mistakes. You know, like I feel like it's easy to feel like you're making mistakes. I do it all the time. I'm like, that's not right. I don't like it. What did I do wrong? But a lot of the time it's just because you're not finished and you just really need to just keep going. I want to put a little bit more purple back in here. All right, I'm going to leave this for now because I think it's a good start. I think we're all right. So this hair is all going to come up. But I probably don't have to worry about that hair. This one is the one I was worried about. And it actually goes up even taller. Make sure my lead is clean. Don't make the same mistake twice. All right, I'm gonna just like leave that for now and start doing this hair. Now, all of this is going to be darker. I think I can glaze color over the top of this. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of these. All right, here we go. Whew. So these are shorter. Twisting my pencil is helping me to get that curve going. So the hairs that you want to be really fine and wispy, you're going to do with the just skim that pencil over the pastel mat. Don't press down on it. These hairs here that I wanted to be a little bit heavier and really show up, to act almost more like clumps of hair rather than single hairs, I'm pressing down harder to get that. All right, so I want to do some, and I'm going to glaze over the top if I need to, which I'm pretty sure I will need to. I think I can do that with pastels. I don't think that's only for acrylics. Some of this I might blend, and that's how I'll get that more orangey color. And then I'll go over the top of it. Okay, because we had a lot more dark here, the dark is still showing up pretty well, but now I'm going to glaze some color over the top, and I'm not sure, I don't think Burnt Sienna is the right choice. I think that's going to be a little bit too orange. So, but I do want a Carbothello because it's so nice and, excuse me, because it's so nice and soft. Okay, so let me just, maybe a burnt 83. Do I have that out? No, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to try this Burnt Umber Carbothello. And I might need a yellow. I have one of those out already. What do I want to use for that? Brown Ochre? That's a Pitt. Let's see. All right, bear with me for a second while I kind of figure out good colors. Burnt Ochre. Okay, I'm going to start with the Derwent Burnt Ochre. And then I have Carbothello Burnt Umber. Okay, let's put in a few more actual lines in here. I might add some of that Burnt Sienna. Why can't I ever find my pencils when I... Okay, it's just a little bit. Probably should have done this first. This darker color. Okay, now somehow I have to get these hairs to all look like they're part of the same thing. So I'm going to pull this color in out a little further, and then I'm going to come over it again, I think. Let's get that white. And a few more, maybe. This feels like one of those things that's really going to take some work to get it the way I want it. This is the Burnt Ochre. This needs to be darker. Oh, this is just not. Nope, don't do that to yourself. Don't give up. You just got to keep going. Is this dark enough? That might not be dark enough. But I don't know what to use to darken it. This is Caput Mortem Violet. this violet oxide. Okay, what is that little weird little thing I got going on there? I think that was supposed to be for hair. I'm going to cover that up. That doesn't belong there. Rub that in real good. Get some more hairs going here. They're really not white though, so I think that's part of my mistake. They really aren't white. I should be saving the white for last. That's a little bit better. I need to sharpen this a little bit more, I think. Yeah, give me a sec. I'm going to sharpen that. Okay. There's still so much to do here. I'm afraid I don't really want to quit before the ear is done though, so we might go a little bit long on this video. I've been trying to keep them at about an hour and a half, but all right, so this needs that needs more hair over the top of that black hole, or else it just looks weird. So I'm going to do a few this way. Make sure you clean off the tip. Not easy. Okay, then we have it's not exactly right, but you know, I don't think I can do every single one exactly the way it's supposed to be. I don't think I want to do every single one exactly the way it's supposed to be. Now what I do want to do with this white is really get that fluffy, make those hairs go in similar but different directions, if you know what I mean. Like you want it to go in the direction of the hair, but you don't want them to all be parallel, because it's that overlapping of the hairs is what makes it look fluffy and real. And there's still something here that's just not, it's just not right. It needs to be much darker in here. But I don't know what color to use. I don't think Roe Deer Brown is quite dark enough. It's not. I'm afraid Caput Mortem Violet is going to be too. This is over here. Maybe it'll be okay. Let's try it. Okay. Now some Burnt Umber. I think this this might be an example of me not getting the underlayer colors dark enough in the right places, because I'm struggling now to get some of the darks in right. This is I'll get it. It just might take a little bit, but I'll get it. This is why sometimes I find, you know, making these videos is, what do I want to say? Challenging isn't really the word, but like I worry that you guys are like, oh my God, get on with it. Because sometimes it does take just playing around with something until I get it right. And it never seems like that long of a period of time until I turn the camera on, and then it feels like it's taking forever. Okay, so I'm feeling a little bit better about this. I might even want to go, what is this? Caput Mortem Violet Dark? No. Bistre in Carbothello. Burnt Sienna. It might not be right exactly to the photo, but I like it. I like that little addition of that color. So this feels a little bit closer now to the reference photo to me. We're getting there. At least the ear now feels fluffy. Okay, this part here, this is kind of a challenge. I just can't get that to look right. This may be something that I have to work on more off camera, because I'm afraid it'll take forever for me to finally get it the way I want it. Okay, so this part here, let's move on. Let's go here. And then you've got hair coming up here. And this hair is actually like a what? Like a what? What color do I use for that? I don't know. If I use the Saffron. Oh, and that is definitely pinker. Let's get that pinker before we start. That is pink and purple and all sorts of colors. Sometimes ears. Oh, sorry about that. Yes, that was my head. Sometimes ears are really complicated. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. Like I've got wires and plugs and cords everywhere. Okay. I think we're just going to put hair on that and hope for the best. But I'm not seeing a color that I want to use. 83 Burnt Umber. Oh, that's so dark. I'm looking at my color chart going, what color should I use? And then I find a color and I'm like, no, that's way too dark. No, that's way too dark. Help! Okay, this is Burnt Ochre, which is not exactly right. It's definitely not right, but let's try it as layer 1. Let's try a little bit of this cinnamon. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just... Now let's try saffron. Hey, that's not bad. Let's put some more of that in here. Okay, so we have, I want to get some of these lines established. We've got white hair, all of this. Should be coming this way. Okay, and then we've got this. We already did that. Then we've got to get that red. Looking for the Caput Mortem Red, which I think I have out somewhere. Here it is right here. Okay, let's get that in here. And then just a little bit of light. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe we go back to the red. Okay. Now we got to put in some little hairs. here. And our little light hairs right here. This needs work. This needs something very, very much. But what? Let's try Caput Mortem Violet. Black needs to be much blacker, so I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to stop stressing about time because all that does is make me make mistakes. Should have done this first. Okay, so I do want to put some black, some white hairs back on top of that. Be careful, make sure I clean off my every time I go up into that, I need to clean it off. Okay. It's starting to look a little bit better. Getting that blacker helped. Getting this, I'm even thinking Caput Mortem Red, Violet Red in here a little bit. All right, that is feeling better, much better. I have a little bit of all right, well, it's not exact, but it's definitely better than it was. And then I think once I get this done, it will get even better and it'll feel better here. I do think that still needs to be darker. Well, that helped. Probably some of these areas between the hairs might need to be a little bit darker. That's going to take a sharp lead, and then I think me coming in here and, you know, even you can make mistakes, it's all a learning process. Right time I think I'm dark enough, I'm not. Every time I think I'm too dark or too light, I'm not. It's just, but most things, especially with the pastels, can be worked on and fixed. So that already looks a little bit better. You know, you just throw a couple of hairs just to, yeah, that looks better. I'm still I could work on this probably ear for another hour and still not get it exactly right. Feeling better about it though. Part of me is like, just keep letting the camera roll and just keep going. I don't know what the best thing to do is. All right, I think I'm going to have to probably quit. I'm not quit, but stop for the day, for the video. And maybe I will get the following video up a little bit quicker so that you can keep going if you want to, if you're following, or if you're, I don't know. I don't know if you guys are following or not, so I'm just going to do my thing. And all right, guys, I think I'm going to end this video here, and then I'll keep going on the next video. So until I see you then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Love you all. Bye.